Jarrod, what do you do for day-to-day work?
I lead a cybersecurity operations department for a gaming company that's actually headquartered in Sydney, but U.S. headquarters in Nevada.
Nice. And you recently had a side project where you used AI and threat intel, and tell me more about that.
Yeah, I'm always looking for ways to give back to the community, and this was one of them. While kind of, scratching the itch that I have around AI, so I built a workflow that goes out and gathers blog posts from your standard Intel blogs, CrowdStrike, Checkpoint, all of those folks who put out good research, and then feeds it to an AI, and then provides a summary, and then pastes it to a Slack channel, all in a tool called N8N, or however they pronounce
We were
that.
just joking, like, however you pronounce it, right? Nathan? I don't think so. I think it's just N-A-N, but I have no clue.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool because that allows you to orchestrate all the different. Actually, I'm not doing it justice because I'm sure they have a name of what it is, but I think that as like almost an orchestration tool for all your inputs and outputs and processing to bolt together your different AI agents and data feeds and whatnot. I'm doing a horrible job of probably explaining.
no, I think that's perfect. I mean, it's really just the tool enables you to create workflows. I mean, that and automate it all. And the best part is you can host it locally. Sometimes there's security concerns around everything going to the cloud, and that's the nice part about Nathan. I mean, and again, that back to that kind of blog post, all that I did for $6.10 per month, and the
That's
$6 is for the the cheap DigitalOcean host that it runs on. It's about 10 cents. I want to say 10 cents a month for the
Yeah.
summarization.
And if others are wondering how to build that, you have a LinkedIn post, right? That goes in detail of how that's actually built and what you did.
Yep, yeah. Find me on LinkedIn. You can find the post. There's also an article, and I in an AI cyber magazine that was recently published by Confidence Stavely, who's an amazing force in cybersecurity these days. She's doing wild stuff. Found a gap that we didn't have a great source for cybersecurity related AI information, so she put together this magazine and was nice enough to ask me to publish a very detailed kind of step-by-step article on how to build this N8N automation.
Okay, cool. So we should definitely link to that because I want to read that in detail. Um, but anyone, I mean, the problem you're solving is you just want to stay ahead of all the intel out there of what's happening, right? And so you needed a way to just find all these different sources, collect them, summarize them, because you can't read them all, you can't digest them all. You want the TLDR on all of it, and then you want it all crammed into one location, right?
Exactly. That's one of the curse of the Intel analyst is the amount of information that you have to sift through. And what this enables is just that you get a quick title, summary of the article, and you can quickly kind of page or glance through and decide, do I really want to read more? And if you do, do so, pull all the ILCs you need. And do all the Intel things, but that's the point of it, is to make that process faster and easier for Intel analysts who, are, at least on my team, are working in Slack anyway.
What was the hardest part of building it?
Um, probably, probably deciding on the blogs to use. N8N has good documentation. The and the integrations that it has are pretty complete, especially for something like that. Including, I've done other Slack integrations before, and where documentation is weak, and N8N has very solid documentation. It walks you exactly through how to, get the keys, whether it's API key or a Slack token, in order to enable the integration. They did a great job.
As a hacker, I'm always surprised that I don't have to hack on something to make it work for, especially the use cases that we always end up deploying. And I was like, wow, that integration actually works. Like,
Yeah, and that's the best part because I mean I have built and continue to build agents or AI applications with agents and other agent frameworks that N8N just makes it easy. So it's fun to prototype things in that N8N technology, and then if I need to have more fine-grained controls over what the agent does or how it executes some call, then I'll do it in code. But that you don't have to. That's the best part.
well, what I like about this is you can like use this in your job, help your teams out, and get information that is just so much more impactful than, hey, automatically create me a meeting on my calendar, which in practice it works, but like in business practice it kind of falters a little bit, right? So this is just a real world cybersecurity applicable thing that you built, and that's what's I think why the topic took off so much is because it's like we all need this capability, and you actually showed us how to build it in a really cool solution, and we can implement it just like you did and expand upon it too.
Yeah, I think you hit on something that I think about a lot for AI is, what's the business value that we actually get out of it, especially in terms of cybersecurity for developers? Yeah, I mean that use case has continued to be worked on, but for day-to-day cybersecurity organizations, how do we get the value out of it? And I found that to be a quick win with the Intel summary. So yeah,
It's almost like I relate it to like the 3D printers. Like, what are you going to do with that? That $3,000 fancy 3D printer. Are you going to print the 20-cent tchotchkes, or are you gonna like actually engineer something more useful?
that's what I was gonna say. How many tchotchkes do you really need?
Right?
But yeah, I mean, hopefully people are printing gears and whatever else they. That's actually useful. But yeah, same question around value prop, right?
Exactly, same thing. It's like, and so I think that's why it took off so much. Is like this is like applicable in business, and it's awesome. So, yeah, thanks for sharing that with the community.
Anytime. That's what I like. This is the tagline associated with that is democratizing Intel. Because I always think about small and medium businesses who can't afford an Intel team, but still need the value that comes from that exercise. This should help make that more available to folks. Again, they can glance at things that are relevant to their industry or that they feel they're targeted by, and then process it further. But enabling them to, even an IT administrator at a small organization can leverage this Intel workflow to increase the security of that organization. That's the whole point of that sharing, and because like I said, it's $6 a month.
Yeah, man.
you know, you
So,
can-
what's next? What would you do next?
what I completed earlier this week is if people are familiar with Manus AI, it's an automation AI tool that you give it a task and you can walk away and come back and consume the results. Whether it's and what I did was made a clone of that just to see if I could. So it'll build me a game, it'll do research for me, all those kind of general task things. But the next thing is, back to red team roots for me is how can I build another workflow to speed up and allow or enable AI to make decisions around pen tests. So thinking about, what's the common things we see, especially for Active Directory attacks? You can have your, AI say, hey, I see a cert server, so I should probably try a petit potem, assuming that the right HTTP endpoint is available. But that's all a workflow.
Yeah, it's all data,
I
right?
see this, I do this.
Yeah.
And that's, N8N is perfect for that.
We'll never know. Someone will correct us on the internet.
Oh, of course. But enabling the AI to make those decisions and execute is exciting to me. It's very scary to me as well. But that's back. I am a red teamer at heart, and I always want to cheat. And this feels like a really solid cheat. It has to have the AI make these, make those decisions and execute that stuff to speed up delivery. Really.
Yeah, and that's pretty cool. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing that blog post, Jarrod. All right. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you.